Hello friends, Namaskar. Today is Saturday, April 19. I'm going to talk about soil. It's very important. But before I get to that, I just realized my first introductory video. At some point, I said it, we moved here, this property, 2002, not 2022. Uh, so we've been gardening here since 2003. And it wasn't like that at the beginning. We had a small strip there. They were growing, they were Polish people. They were just growing few strawberries on the ground by the fence. So just a few, but that took years, slowly, gradual change to this point. And wasn't there were a few trees. One was right here where I put angel. You see a little, raised area. That means I there was a stump there. Here was another big tree, lots of shade. Back there are some. So there was nothing here, no structure whatsoever. We all together did all of that. It was just a bare area, very poor quality grass. But it took years. It's just too much. But it was worth it, because we enjoyed, we worked from our heart. So anyways, so soil, we're talking about soil. So if you see soil, we did not inherit this kind of soil. It was very poor quality soil. That is a little raised here, if you can see, about 6 inches or so. That when we put those soil at the beginning, let's say about nearly 20 years ago, it was a poor quality. They deliver. But anyways, it was so many, years of gradual improvements in soil. Now the soils looks pretty. Not looks in terms of fertility, they're not too bad, but you need to recharge, meaning you have to, like I mentioned earlier in my first video, you need to put back some organic matter, which is the compost, things like that. So here, when I say compost, this is we have it compost bin, but this is as a result of our all the kitchen waste, vegetables, then a little bit of banana peels. We save it separately, but mostly kitchen waste, organic. So when we put that there every other day or once a week, whatever, then to do compost, you just don't pile up. You need to do it good job composting. Means decomposing. You need to add a couple of inches or 1 inch soil. So you need some microbial activity, and that comes from soil. So so you mix that there, and we started last fall. So now they're about good ready, because throughout the winter they don't do any decomposition because there is a sub-zero temperature, no activities there. So in temperate climate like this weather, where you have extended period of sub-zero, so everything stays dormant, nothing happens, so you have to work around, so it takes time. So here, when I say we save it, we started a little bucket. It doesn't have to be this way. You can have anything, any container whatsoever. So I put a layer of soil there just to boost decomposition. So Um, and these are all a bucket full of banana peels. They're potassium from Mother Nature. Beautiful. It just you have to be consistent collecting things, and we save it. We My wife Linda, she works at school. I do too, but we're in two different schools. Cafeteria, high school, she works. So she tells her colleagues to save banana peels, and they're so lovely people. They save for her, and she once a week or once a month gets bunch, and we come home, and then we start cutting those banana peels. So the banana peels, and we mix when we prepare our soil for a potting soil. For the vegetables, we have some one area right there where we prepare soil, our soil mix for potting plants, vegetable. This is where we put pretty much have decomposed there. Not quite those banana peels, eggshells, peat moss. We use peat moss right there. They're good quality, but a bit acidic, but okay. And about the soil, like I said, just quickly, before freezing snowfall, we incorporated whatever left, gardening, vines here that I see it. This is where this Corolla plant, or Karela in Urdu, they grow here. Lots of leaves. They when season ends, I don't throw it away. I just leave it on the ground. Even we have some here, some plants, vegetable plants. Those I think is easily decompose on the ground. I leave it, but I do take out roots. They're not easy to decompose, so you have to take those out before snowfall, and then you leave it there. Then in March or never, soil is not frozen, or end of March, whenever. So then you start turning over, meaning tilting soil. So we did that. I also last year put some grass clippings. You mow grass, you collect those grass. You have a bag there, it collects it. So if you could see, my wife Linda, she put different spring vegetables. Actually, those are leafy vegetables. I think this is mustard. They just came out. She planted seeds about 2 weeks ago. So there are different kinds of radish, mustard, lettuce. So they're coming out nicely, and she put down there over here coriander seeds. So they'll come very soon. It's all about soil temperature. If the soil temperature stays cool, the seeds, they don't germinate. They need really good, nice, consistent temperature throughout the night and day, for that matter. So very quick they germinate, but the thing is, even is very cool or cold at night temperature, the seeds, they don't lose their viability. They just come right back. Those are garlic. She planted bulbs maybe a month ago, so now they're growing pretty well. So another aspect of soil is that if usually vegetable plants, they like like uh, not acidic. Uh, it's called pH, soil pH. This soil pH, uh, which is the scale where it tells you whether the soil is acidic or neutral or alkaline. So that is very important. For me, since I have that background in that area, I just picked up from Amazon. It's a reader. You put a little soil sample and you kind of make a solution in water a little bit, and then take out this red bottom cap and put it, turn on, and you'll see it. This meter are not perfect, they're not quite accurate, but at least gives an idea of what the soil pH. The soil pH is very important, because a lot of time people say, I'm putting fertilizer, taking care of everything, watering, still they're stunted. That happened to me, or why it's not growing. So if the soil has that kind of acidity, or something that the soil would kind of hold those nutrients, whatever you put, compost, doesn't matter, won't make available to the roots. So what happens is it's like a never-ending battle. You get upset. So so it's very rare cases, but as long as your soil is mixed with the compost, work out, you loosen up the soil, which means you allow what do you call air. You don't want tight, because the roots needs to breathe. They need oxygen, so they do very well. And another thing is that it's very important. What do you call? Anytime you plan, you have to really keep in mind that sunshine exposure, and how do you space plan. When let's say you have a pepper, different kinds of pepper. So when you different kinds of pepper, meaning space requirements is different. So how tall it's going to be, how robust it's going to be, so how it'll take up. So if you grow too close, you lose its ability to produce fruits, or anything very productively. So you cannot choke them. So spacing very important for us. We don't have much space, but I do grow varieties of vegetables, so we cannot play around. But you don't want to plant anything in the garden that's taller vegetable that is facing east. But if it's facing something east, you're planting it, those I'm talking about, those are first time, doing outdoor gardening like this. Because what happens is that the other plants, vegetables you're planting next to that, smaller than the shade, the first row, second row, the taller vegetable plants, or they will be on next row. So you start the lower from east, then go gradually upper. So that's another rule of thumb, basically, but it depends how your house is oriented, and so you work around with that. So remember, sun exposure is very important, and how you plant them, space them, and those things very important. So so that's soil, again, another thing is that when you work out your soil, if you happen to see a lot of earthworms, that's very good. Almost, you can say they're chemical free soil, otherwise they wouldn't survive there, those delicate earthworms, and they're there to really do so many beneficial things. They aerate soil, and they are indicator of good soil, healthy soil. So today I did first cut of grass, so they're doing pretty well. So here I was mentioning previous video. This is where transit. We bring up those indoor that we planted seeds. They're just about up, and here did labeling which is very important, but it gets confused. So she knows where to put, how she's going to space out. And I always emphasize every year, let's space out more and more, because we like to grow many different kinds, and we go crazy. Okay, let's put it, but spacing is important. So she put it here. We bring so when they grow here, this is kind of greenhouse, and it really warms up inside, and the night temperature is gonna keeps it a little bit of steady and a little higher than the outside. So this is helps us a lot. So basically, yeah, I will show next video how we do compost, at least our version. There are many ways you could do it. There is no strict rules and regulation, but anyways, so this is what it is, and I will talk about more. So for now, take care, stay well, and happy gardening.